Hi, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. How is everybody doing today? Brooke. Yay. Hi. Hi, Randy. Hi, everybody. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for tapping the screen. All right, here's my invite to Mike. Just sent. I'm so excited as well. So excited. Oh, Randy, thank you so much. All right, let's see. His mic is gonna. We did it, Mike. We did it.
Yes.
I had a feeling.
10 minutes ago, I did not have this shirt on.
Like 2 minutes ago, I didn't have this shirt on.
I went upstairs and saw that I had spaghetti sauce down the front of my shirt.
I knew it. I got an email, thank you, Brooke, an email because I'm an affiliate for them. I don't know how you got your shirt, but that's how I got my shirt. And so they're doing like a contest, and it's like you can win $1,000 Amazon gift card. And I was like, oh, I need to go make a video. So I was like, I should, really, go for my inner fuel rodness and tonight and, support them. So
Absolutely.
yeah, I don't know how everybody got their shirts. Like I would just assume, but I know like the email was that they have 100 affiliates. So I'm like, I don't know how everybody gets their shirts. So
I know people.
do you? Okay. Well, I do too. Thank you, Fuel Rod. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Hey, it's still raining too. I was talking to Megan, and her and her sisters soaked today, and I got the answer to do they have extra shoes, and the answer is no. No, they do not. Hi, Megan.
Hey, Megan. That is going to be just a horrible, horrible experience tomorrow for them.
Well, you know what? I will let you know how it goes because they are planning on using the hotel hair dryer.
So I know we've done that over the years with baseball tournaments when it rains and the cleats get wet, but it takes a long time to dry those things out.
I agree, yeah. So
I'm with you, bro.
Megan is fine. Megan has her Crocs, and she's fine, but you do not go to Disney with more than one pair. I agree. You do not go to Disney with just one pair of shoes.
But I mean, you understand the reason why, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's me. I'm sorry. That was rude. I'm trying to put this on the Discord.
Okay. So I'll share while you're doing that. So Megan and her sister,
Two
right?
sisters. Yep, two sisters.
So they flew on Spirit, and Spirit is one of those budget airlines where you pay for everything, right? So they wanted to travel as inexpensively as they could, and so they all basically brought a backpack with them, each one of them.
Yep.
So you can only get so much into a backpack, and
Yeah.
second pair of shoes will take up a lot of space in that backpack.
Yeah.
But
For
another
sure.
$40 or whatever it costs for a second bag might have been worth one more bag between the three of them to bring some shoes.
A new pair of shoes. I don't know. I don't know. So, yeah, I don't know. Oh, it's like I don't know what I'm doing. But I do. I'm getting there.
I see.
Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for being here. This guy over here is Mike. We're wearing we knew one day we would get to this. And we did it. We finally got it. I feel
I'll
like
be honest, when I put this on tonight, my thought was, there's no way. Just she won't have it on. There's no way.
No, I literally hung up the phone. I hung up the phone with Megan. I was like, we have a chance here. I'm going to do it. And I went and changed and got it. Hi, Lauren. Yes, this is my first stream. Thank you for being here. I appreciate all the support. Mike, I was watching because Tim is, my biggest fan, and so he plays back the YouTubes when I'm gone during the day. And when I came home today, it was like one of our first ones. And it's so funny to go back and see, I don't know, we were talking about what if you're going to the Halloween party, what should you do? And I'm like, that was like in July.
We've been doing this that long? Wow.
Evidently. Well,
I guess
it might have been right at the beginning of August that we started.
Right. They did start the Halloween parties in August. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we were having a whole Halloween talk, and I'm like, look at us we're going to have a whole Jollywood talk here.
Yeah.
And even Megan, she said the same to me. She's like, I don't know. I've not seen anything good on Jollywood. And I was like, oh no, so yeah. Oh, and I did make my sign. So not with the Fuel Rod. And I do feel like maybe we could get Fuel Rod to sponsor maybe one of these. That would be amazing. Fuel Rod. But I was doing this in honor of National Pickle Day the other day. And so I was like, we missed it. We should have had the live on Pickle Day, and then I could turn the sign green.
Yeah, I'd have been right there waiting for you.
Right. Thank you, Brooke. Everybody tag Fuel Rods. Yeah. So.
Yes, I tried to let that Pickle Day slide without anybody knowing, and somebody who's on this live right now called me out. It wasn't Janelle.
Nope, it wasn't.
Somebody else called me out.
I did see it later in the day, and I was like, well, we'll just let that go. And then I was like, oh, Mike caught on to his national holidays.
So if you never paid attention in the past, some days there are no national whatever days. Some
right.
days there's one or two. Some days there's 6 or 7 different ones.
Yes, I do. Right. Yes. Thank you everybody for tagging Fuel Rod. Hi, Natty. Anyways, let me send this to Robbie.
Okay.
Thank you for the ice cream cone.
So tonight we have questions from Robbie. We have questions from Unicourse. And then a last minute question from Janelle.
Oh, I love it. So love it. Do you have any questions?
Do I have any questions?
Yeah.
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay.
You're lucky if I have any answers.
Oh, Robbie's here.
Hello, Robbie. Welcome
Hey,
in.
Robbie.
How are you, sir? So we'll hit Robbie's first then, since he's just joined. Robbie had 2 different questions for us. So let's get rolling. So Robbie's first question, Janelle, was our favorite quick serve restaurant in each park and why.
Okay. You go first.
Oh, thanks.
Okay. Well, when we've done this in the past, you've gone first. I mean, do you want to do like Magic Kingdom? We both say what they are, and then we'll move like that. You want to do that?
Yes. Yep, absolutely. And I actually have 2. I have 2 per park.
Okay.
So for Magic Kingdom, I would go with either Cosmic Rays, primarily because of the entertainment, and there's usually plenty of seating. It's a great opportunity to take a load off and rest. The other for me would be Pecos Bills. I love their nachos that they have there. Really
Okay.
tasty.
So I just want to back up, and you said the entertainment. So I know Sunny Eclipse, you know, that's what we're talking about. Sunny is your
Absolutely.
entertainment.
Yep.
He does have some really good dad jokes. He does.
Right up my alley.
Yeah. Did you know? Were you the one that told me that they used to have a live band
I
at?
did tell you that back in
Okay,
the
you're the one that told me that.
70s when they
Okay.
first
Or
opened. They had
told
live
told
band.
us. Okay.
No, I told you, and I told you to keep it a secret. Darn it.
Dang it.
That's out of the bag now.
Used to be a real band there, you guys, where Sunny was.
Right.
So
When
I didn't
when
know.
most of you weren't even born yet.
Okay, well that's what I was gonna say. How far back are we going?
Early 70s.
I can't even drink. There you go. I've already spilled water on myself.
You must be full.
Okay, I'll do this while we're waiting for that to dry.
Maybe you could borrow
Um,
Megan's hair dryer.
okay, so um, I have a couple. I like Columbia Harbor House, and I like it. One, I just like the spaciousness of it. I mean, Cosmic Rays is big too, and you have Sunny. Um, but I find Columbia Harbor House to be a little more quieter sometimes, and a couple more bathrooms and stuff like that. So as far not as big as Cosmic Rays, but it does the job, and I just like the location. If you're back in that Fantasyland area, it's not that hard to get to. Are you laughing at me?
No, there's
That
this
the
idea that,
bathrooms?
know your audience. And that's why I started
Yeah.
laughing inside when you said bathrooms, thinking
Okay.
that Robbie asked the
Robbie,
question.
they're great bathrooms. Great bathrooms. Um, and then the other one that I like now that is like not always open, so it's not really like the best suggestion, which is the Tortuga. I think that's just what it's called, Tortuga. Back across from Pirates of the Caribbean. I love the Nutella peanut butter or Nutella banana sandwich, and they have really good. They have homemade kettle chips there, and I like all that. And excellent bathroom there too at Tortuga. Hidden gem, if I must say, that bathroom. Just saying. So those would be my two.
Okay,
One is a
very good.
guarantee, one is not, though. The free bathroom, yes.
That's about the only thing you're getting free there,
Thank you,
Robbie. That
Heather.
nice one.
Yeah.
Okay, so Epcot. We'll go with Epcot next. And again, I have
Okay.
two.
Okay.
I really like Lotus Blossom Cafe, which is in the China Pavilion. I think it's really good. I mean, it's comparable to kind of like fast food Chinese food, but I think it's pretty good for the price. And then the other would be Regal Eagle in the American Pavilion. Plenty of seating. Their mac and cheese is really good.
Okay. So I like connections, and I like. So I will, if you know me, I pick all of these locations based off of their chicken tenders, and that's what I eat. But Regal Eagle has really good. I love their kids meal chicken tenders with watermelon and pickles as a side, and or like you can get onion rings as a side. Like that's what I love about the kids meals there. Like you really can have different kinds of sides, and then their barbecue sauce is really good. Another great set of bathrooms there at the Regal Eagle American Pavilion, not at Connections. Those Connection bathrooms are, I would rate those as the worst bathrooms in Epcot if I was rating bathrooms. But the Regal Eagle ones would be pretty high up there.
See, when you started to say, if you know me, you know that I'm all about the chicken tenders. I really was waiting for you to say, I'm all about the bathrooms. by the restaurants based on your answers at Magic
Yeah.
Kingdom.
I'm here. I am. I'm giving chicken tender and bathroom reviews all in the same, sentence. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Unicorns fired off a question at you.
I know. So I still think Columbia Harbor House, hands down, best chicken tenders. That's why I go there. Chicken Guy, yes, Brooke. If you're going to the Springs, it would be Chicken Guy. But if we're talking park only, it's Columbia Harbor House.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
Hollywood Studios next.
Okay.
All right. So for me, Hollywood Studios, my two, one would be Backlot Express over by the Indiana Jones show. Plenty of indoor and outdoor seating. So depending upon what the weather's like, you can enjoy either. And then ABC Commissary. I love the buffalo chicken mac and cheese.
Okay. That's so hard. I would say ABC Commissary. I love their tacos, shrimp tacos or the pork tacos. Again, comes as a kid's meal. And then I like Woody's lunchbox for the grilled cheese and tomato soup. I do like Backlot. I do. I will go there for chicken tenders if that's what I'm going for, but that's it. Hey JJ. So
Okay.
do you want me to answer my my Ronto wrap?
Yeah.
I don't like them. I think it is a glorified hot dog with some slaw, and it's a hot dog. They just put it in a wrap. So I don't personally like them, but I see the fascination with them. It is a really good price. It's a very big, like, sandwich, whatever you want to call them. And it's just I get it. I know I have a lot of unpopular opinions, and I'm okay with it. So I'm just not a hot dog sausage kind of person, and so that's why. But again, I think it's a great price, and I think that you get a very big sandwich for it, for what you're getting, if that's what you want. So yeah. I
All right.
want to try the vegetarian. They have a vegetarian one, but I haven't ever gone and done it. So
A vegetarian hot dog sounds interesting.
yeah, it's like zucchini and stuff on it. So it's vegetables.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, I think I can like a lot of things too. If like the slaw or whatever they put on it might, disguise whatever's there, and everything, like, I think that is on it is really good. Good morning, Tumble Monkey. Good morning.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
Yeah.
Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
So again, I have two. I like Flame Tree Barbecue. They have good food, and I like the open air seating that's available there. And then I like Pizzafari, the simple pizza and Caesar salad. I think it's a good mix.
Okay. I like Flame Tree again. Chicken tenders and onion rings are my jam. And then I don't really have anything second as far as where I'll eat. Like, I love the corn. Like, if you want, stuff like that, or the Pongo thing back in Avatar, but the egg roll, stuff like that. But I don't know, Just Juice, if you can tell. Nomad Lounge. Again, no, I think Robbie wanted to know quick service only, so yeah,
Robbie,
that's
the
why we're
restaurant
talking
by
quick
the
service. But
dinosaur.
Nomad
Robbie, I think
Lounge.
sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, oh yeah, or I would go to Yak and Yeti. Like, that's my favorite in animal. But we're going. Yeah, we have to talk about. I don't think I've ever eaten in the dinosaur one. Quick service.
I think, Robbie, you're talking about Restaurantosaurus.
Okay.
That's, I think, 24 points on Scrabble.
The cheeseburger pods are good. Another great kids meal. Yeah, it's good. The Harambe Market did have good chicken tenders too. Yeah.
Brisket fries. That sounds really good, JJ.
Hmm. All right. So what do we have left? That's it.
That's it for the four parks. So, a random question for you.
Okay.
When somebody asks you about the four parks, do you have a particular order in which you name the parks to go through?
Well, I mean, I feel like people you're welcome, Robbie. Is there so are you saying when they say like what's your favorite park or you're just saying like
No. No. So first off, Robbie, don't leave. You have one more question we have answers for.
right.
So like this, we went through all four parks. Is there when you're having a
Yeah.
conversation like this about all four parks, is there a certain order you go
That's
in?
probably the exact order I would have gone in. And I don't
And
know,
is it
is that just how they're listed like when you're making I don't know, like or
well,
how they came into existence?
that's it. For me, that's
Yeah.
that's the order in which they open their doors.
Yeah,
Yes,
JJ,
JJ, that's
we
right.
are we're the twins tonight.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so Robbie's other question, I got like a full front and back here of stuff. Robbie asked about how to navigate the parks on a rainy day.
Hmm. Well,
16 days. That's exciting, Just
yeah,
Juice.
it
Awesome.
is. Well, Robbie, I mean, I know we could talk about all the obvious stuff is be prepared, have, your poncho, umbrella, whatever it is. But so I was there today, Robbie, and
Right
it
today.
was not raining when I came in. And I was there maybe 30 minutes and it started raining. And I just went to all the indoor things. And that is how I navigated.
Yeah.
And I mean, I saw a post this afternoon and it was around 4 o'clock, a story on Instagram, and Mine Train was a 5 minute wait. 5 minutes. Because I think it would have been absolutely miserable to ride it. Same
Absolutely.
with Big Thunder.
Yes.
And I think that a lot of people were done with the day. They were already wet. They were tired of being there, tired of being wet and cold. And it's not cold here. It's just when you get wet and then you keep going inside, you get cold and you just keep doing it over and over and over again. And that's what I was tired of, frankly, today. But I would say that like even going into Buzz Lightyear, it wasn't too terribly cold. So I don't know if they don't have the air on. I don't know. But I would just say, Robbie, as long as the wait times are down, um, today, Robbie, I had both. I had to. The wind was like blowing, and I mean in the parking lot, and I didn't have my phone, but when I made it to the parking lot today, I had to hold the umbrella in front of me to keep the rain from just coming at me sideways. And it shielded my face so I could even like walk, and I had to keep peeking around it. And obviously, you can't walk in the park like that. But at the end of the day, you could. No one is going to stop you. Just,
I just envision you walking with the umbrella
yeah,
out and running into
yeah.
light poles and things because you're not
Now,
watching it.
I actually protected myself and I looked around it or moved it down so I could see, make sure I wasn't going to get rammed by a tram or something. But, Robbie, today, I don't know, today was one of those perfect days that I felt that you needed both. I wore my poncho the entire time and then, it has a hood, but at the same time, it wasn't enough. And I saw all the people who had umbrellas getting soaked, like because the rain was blowing. And so the poncho is what like protected me. I was not wet at all when I got to my car. Like aside from my feet being wet, yes, I was wearing my flip flops. But it was just one of those days where even in the line, let's just talk about Buzz Lightyear. I was in the line and we were under covering, but there were certain sections of it where, it water was like falling through, like, and you would have to walk through it. There was always something that was like dripping water. So I just feel like it was really good to have, the poncho on. And then once I was just always protected. So you got the ponchos for your shoes. I've seen those. So,
So a few thoughts that I had jotted down.
okay.
One, I think poncho is a definite. You got to have a poncho. Like you said, when it's windy, umbrellas aren't always your best friend in
Yeah.
the wind. Not to mention the fact when you're in line for a ride, I know I would be annoyed if the dude behind me had an umbrella and I
Yep.
kept getting jabbed by it.
Right.
Right. So I think a poncho is a must. If you can get the small compact umbrellas, so you're
Yep.
not carrying a big bulky thing, that's not bad to have. Packed Ziploc bags, the gallon sized bags. That way, if the rain stops, you can throw your poncho in a Ziploc bag. You're not having to carry around a wet garment or stuff a wet garment inside a lounge fly or something like that.
Right.
Janelle mentioned she had flip flops on. You know, I I'm not a flip flop Croc person. I'm a tennis shoe person. So
Robbie, I can't, Robbie.
um, yeah, get one with windshield wipers, though, Robbie, so you can see where you're going. So I'm a tennis shoe wearing person. So I go knowing that if it rains a lot, my feet are going to get wet. So I pack extra socks and I'll bring an extra pair or two into the park with me so that if a pair is soaking wet, I can throw them into a Ziploc bag and put on a dry pair of socks to help me make it through the day. So that was on that. Now, the next two comments I'll make, my opinion, Janelle, you can tell us if you feel differently, but of the four parks, I think Magic Kingdom is the best park to manage a rainy day. You can maneuver from attraction to attraction undercover in a lot of places, walking through buildings in a lot of places, and most of the attractions are inside. Conversely, I think Animal Kingdom might be the worst park for rain, because things like the gorilla trails, right? You're going to get soaked if you want to go enjoy that experience. It's not undercover. There's not a lot of indoor places that you're maneuvering through or attraction that you're going from one to the other. Epcot would probably be in my next worst as far
Yeah.
as outdoor walking.
Yes, they do, Robbie. They do.
They do. I think they will halt running safari if there's lightning, though. I believe.
I think it really depends on what the major. I've been on it when everything else is closed, and the safari is the one thing that keeps running. So
Yes, but yeah, as just you said, Robbie, when it's raining, the animals are more active a lot of times.
yeah,
So it's a
it's
great time to
amazing
go.
to go when it's raining.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. Any other tips?
Um,
Hang on one second. Hey, Lori,
yeah.
can you text Tanner and tell him yes that I said yes? Sorry, Tanner's texting me.
It's okay. No,
um,
I agree with like the one of the things I noticed today was all the strollers and like the kids like tucked up under there and like the rain, the covers on top of that. I don't know what was happening to the kid on the inside, but it looked well protected on the outside. And so I recommend. I would think that you would need the covers for the strollers and and I don't know. I know somebody asked about the scooters, and I was saying just get a poncho for like your scooter. So if you have to leave it and you're going to go on a ride, you can cover it and come back hopefully to a dry seat.
yeah. And there's always that mindset of a rainy day at Disney is better than a dry day at work, right?
Right. Yeah.
And this that kind of leads into, this is what you and I talked about earlier about Jollywood, is expectations. You have to know that it rains in Florida. It's very common,
Right.
especially from June through November. It's tropical season, and it's not uncommon to have multiple days in a row where it rains. The parks are still operating, they're still open, you can still do everything. Um, but if you have the wrong mindset, you're going to have a miserable time.
Right. And yeah, being prepared, and also I think there's this misconception about like the rain. We hear all about the summer. Oh, the rainy afternoons, the rainy season. And then people believe we do have this dry season. And absolutely, it can be drier. Um and and but it still can rain for days on end.
Yeah. I
So,
mean, your dry season is typically December, January, February.
right. So,
But don't
but here
misinterpret
we
that to
are.
think that it doesn't rain at all, right? Well, it's still tropical season right now through the end of the month.
Is it through
Yeah,
December? Oh, November. Oh
it's
my gosh.
yeah,
I
the
have
tropical season is June 1 through November 30.
right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Not
yeah.
uncommon, but as I think you would certainly attest to, knock on wood, you still have 2 weeks left of the season, but you had a very easy tropical season this year.
Absolutely.
And really the United States as a whole had a
Right.
really easy tropical season this year, which is fortunate for a lot of people.
I feel like more has happened in like California region than for us. Do the hotels give you a discount if it rains? You should ask, Robbie.
Uh, yeah, Robbie, they will let you have a free hair dryer during your stay in your room. Yeah, Grant, you're right. The construction by Tiana's isn't as barricaded as Epcot's construction projects. That's true. Now, of course, people aren't able to walk right up to Tiana's like they could where the barricade walls are at Epcot, right? Those are long walkways.
Okay.
So anyway, let's see here. Tropical depression will be Tropical Storm Vinny within the next 24 hours headed to Costa Rica. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep, I got that notification today. And I think we're supposed to have um more what you call it, rain on Saturday too.
Yep.
So,
Robbie, Tiana's will be done by the end of the month next year in 2024. Megan, you'll love Art of Animation. That the theming there is outstanding, and you can't go wrong with the Skyliner. Yeah, Robbie, it's end of 2024 that Tiana's Bayou Adventure will open up.
yeah, late. I was hoping today that I was going to go through Haunted and see Hatbox, but he wasn't there still.
For some reason, I had the 18th in my head, which is Saturday.
Okay.
I don't know. I could be making that up.
Right. Okay.
Grant, I agree. I think Tiana's will look amazing when it's done. It's just stunning that it's taking nearly 2 full years to do. Right? They closed it down in January of 2023. It's going to open late 2024. It's certainly more than a year and a half.
Right. But
Megan,
let's
absolutely. Your kids will love art.
how old is that ride that it probably needed so much work, too?
Yeah, it could. Absolutely. And maybe they need the extra time to make sure that any animatronics works as
Yeah.
opposed to the Yeti in Everest that has never worked. Which
Right.
I've probably said this to you before. It amazes me that they can never get the Yeti to work, but things like the Country Bears have been operating for 50 years still work without a problem.
Right. Right. Yeah, Disney isn't quick anymore, but I'm sure there's lots of phrases out there about, all good things, take
Well,
time.
and it's not glamorous, but Disney has more projects going on right now than I think they've ever had at any point in time in their history, but a lot of those are refurbishments at resorts. It's
Right.
just not glamorous, right?
No.
Uh, Robbie heard there was a fire on Spaceship Earth with an animatronic. I don't think I heard about that. I know that they evacuated Rock and Roller Coaster the other day because the fire alarms went off, and I think that whole area was closed at least the next day as well. I don't know if it still is or not, but I had not heard about that, Robbie. Are you sure that wasn't just Rome burning?
Right. Yes, I'm Googling it, Robbie.
Unicorn said they added the seagulls back outside to Nemo and Friends in Epcot.
They did.
Robbie said he was watching a stream. Well, Robbie, if Janelle's doesn't know about it, that means you weren't watching her, and that's a problem.
Yeah, there's nothing that like just pops up.
How about the Rock and Roller Coaster closure?
Okay, hold on. I'll look at that.
Tumble Monkey says, heard that a creator or creators were either declined entry from parks for bringing commercial cameras. That's interesting.
Yeah, that did happen. So there's
Robbie. You're a popular guy, Robbie. That's the problem.
Yeah, I don't see anything, not for anything recent. Okay, and then we're Googling Rock and Roller Coaster.
I think that was, Thursday? I want to say it was early this week that it was closed. And it sounded like it wasn't just the ride, but that whole area back there was closed for a while. I agree with you, JJ. Those big hammers could absolutely be an issue. Juice asking if anybody's heard about Disney's plans to ban live streaming. It's been going around recently. I haven't heard anything about that.
I think it just that constantly goes around. And I think when those streamers had their issue with Disney, and I mean, you can go watch the video of it. It's all out there. I think, again, people were like, oh, this is why there shouldn't be streamers. Again, they're doing something. They were asked to do something. They were asked to put something away. They were asked to do all of it. So at the end of it, Disney did what they thought, was appropriate with that situation.
So speaking of that, makes me think was it yesterday you were at Epcot? Or was it the day before? I can't remember now. But you were getting ready to walk up the stairs to the bridge and you'd said, I can't believe they still have these open. I'm shocked that they still have these open. You remember that?
Okay, so I was at Epcot. What bridge was I walking over?
Well, you had to walk up some steps and you just said, I'm shocked that they still have these open. And I think you were alluding to that clown that jumped into the water off of one of those bridges.
Oh, yeah. And yes, it was that. And I don't see anything on Rock and Roller Coaster, just, it was it was in Italy. And I couldn't believe that they didn't have it roped off so that, we could go up there, so.
Yeah, I heard you say that. And my thought was, it was one guy that jumped, right? I mean, out of the hundreds of thousands and millions of people that have been there in the last 40 years, I would hope that they wouldn't cut that out just because of one guy.
Right.
Robbie, I'm going to be busy doing anything in the world I can think of that won't let me have a pickle shake this weekend. But yes, you are right. Saturday is the last day of the Food and Wine Festival. And that's the other thing when you were at Epcot yesterday, the thought crossed my mind, and you could say whether or not you feel this way or not since you were there, but it doesn't even feel like the Food and Wine Festival is even happening anymore.
Nope.
I feel like once you hit Halloween, it's done.
Yeah. I felt that like, and I think I said it on my live. I was like, I'm just ready for this to be over. Like it's been lingering around, lingering. Like all of it, the pickle milkshake, all of it. It's over. Like we need the next thing. I don't know. It's
And maybe an unpopular opinion, but I don't think there's anything wrong with a larger gap between each festival than 5 or 6 days.
I agree. I agree. Just juice. Um,
Yeah, Tumble Monkey, I'll get you my address right away.
yeah.
I live in Alaska.
I was like, Tumble Monkey, just I'll get it to you. I'll help you. I'll go pick it up. Florida road trip. We can get to that in just a second. But
Yes, we can.
yeah, yesterday I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna go here and is there something that I just have to have that I don't want to wait another year to have, kind of thing. And it just didn't happen. Like I was like, I don't care. I'm ready for, again, let there be no festival, because you know what happens when there's no festival? It makes us go into the pavilions and actually try other things.
Yep,
And that is
absolutely.
how we found, the caramel bread pudding or the big pretzels or any of the other things. Like people are still going to eat. People are still going to go there and for the offerings and the attractions. So let us go have a chance to have that stuff.
Absolutely. Now, so here's a question for you. I know um, there's always this interest in people of saying, I want to go, I'm going to be at Disney on October 31st and stay until, in this case, November 8th, and
Right.
be able to see Halloween and the transition of Christmas and the first Christmas party. Do you ever hear anybody say, for instance, I want to be there on November 18th for the last day of Food and Wine and stay till the 24th for the first day of the holiday festival? I never hear that.
Tumble Monkey, I have. We've talked about it. Oh, Robbie is the one. Look at the weekend he picked.
But he's not going to be there the whole time, though, right,
No,
Robbie?
he's not.
Yeah.
He,
I mean,
he just
it's
wants
seven.
to
You
be
have to be there
here.
7 days. You
Yeah.
have to be there a full 7 days. Let's see here. It's November to January slow moving season for Orlando area. Um, I I mean, Orlando area. Orlando is one of the biggest vacationing spots in the country, and so I would think starting really this coming weekend, almost all the way through New Year's, is probably pretty doggone busy in Orlando in general. Once you get past New Year's, I think the month of January is probably relatively slow
Right.
in Orlando.
Okay. So our question was, what do I think about the art festival?
Oh yeah.
I love it. Were you waiting for
She's
the
building
build-up?
suspense. Building
I
suspense for us.
so all right, Robbie.
See you, Robbie.
Bye.
Have a good
Thanks
night,
for
buddy.
coming.
Take care.
I like the shortness of it. Can we cut Food and Wine in half and throw something else in there? Give us that, like, to me, it makes everybody like excited. And I didn't used to like it. I'll be honest. I was like, it has the word art in it. And I was like, I don't know if that's for me. It sounds like something my mom would want to go to. And that's why I was like, I don't want to do that. But you know what? I've met some very spectacular people. Thank you, Allie. There, because of the art festival, and I had such a great time last. And it's not even because of Lee and all of that, but just even seeing Trevor Carlton and all the shows that they have. Him painting Donald Duck upside down, like. I saw things I've never seen before in my life, and I just absolutely loved it. And I loved the food. I like the uniqueness of it. It made me go out of my comfort zone. They did not have chicken tenders at every booth. No. And I just like that it was unique and it was different. And I just feel I feel like maybe we go from what's in between flower and garden. Hey Megan. We go from flower and garden and then we go to food and wine and it's all kind of similar food wise. And so I'm like, oh, the art festival is just different. It finally brought us something different.
Well, and I think I've said this before. The Food and Wine Festival is the one of the four festivals that's not visually appealing,
Right.
right? I mean, the art festival obviously it's all about visualization and seeing. Flower and Garden is beautiful, right? The topiaries and all of that, and then the holiday festival with the Christmas around the world. I mean, you can't beat that. I just to me, I know a lot of people think the food and wine is the best thing going, and they love drinking around the world and all that stuff. But for me and my $2 worth of opinion here, that would be the fourth of my favorite festivals.
Right.
I'll be honest with you. I felt the same way you said earlier about the art festival, snooze fest, right?
Yeah.
Because when I hear art festival, I think of going to an art museum and
Yep.
seeing pictures and sculptures and whatever. And man, unless I got a cheeseburger that I'm walking around with, I'm out in 5 minutes. But
Yeah.
to see art happening in front of you and chalk
Yeah.
art, and you talked about painting the Donald Duck upside down and doing the within what a 5 minute song or whatever,
Yeah.
and being done with it. That's stuff that even a 6 year old could really enjoy,
Yeah.
and have fun with. And then you're opening the door to a culture with your little children that might open doors for them down the road that otherwise wouldn't happen.
Right.
So I think the art festival is spectacular. But you're right. I think one of the big keys to it, and really you could say that about the holiday festival, the
Yeah.
short period of time, right? I mean, holiday festivals, 6, 7, 38 days long is it for the holiday
Yeah.
festival.
Yeah. And I mean, and I feel like it's so hard for even me to get it all done. Like to see all the Santas, to see the storytellers, to see the processionals. It's so hard to see everything in the Festival of the Holidays. And I love all the decorations. I say all the time, oh, I love the parks decorated. But it's a wonderful festival. It just is. I love it. So
Yeah, and I think for me, I mean, if every festival part of their focus is the food, and if that's the primary focus, I think you can get burned out by that pretty quickly. But having the sight and sounds and smells of the festival makes it that much more interesting.
right. Yeah. Uh, Again, maybe I need to suggest like, well, I mean, do they have any kind of oh, they do have music in the art festival, the Festival of the Arts. They do bands, and they're not as good as Food and Wine, like but I mean, I guess you can argue that there's not, oh, we sold Allie on the art festival. They did just announce the dates. Do you know the dates, Mike? I can look it up.
I got it. I'll look.
Okay. I feel like looking at Mike from the side, I feel like he got a haircut.
I did.
Oh,
I got all of them cut actually.
really?
Yep. It was the same price whether I got one cut or all of them cut.
Right. Okay. Okay. And I know that they just came out with the food for the Festival of the Arts.
Yes, I can pull that up too if you want. So, Allie was the one who asked. Is that right? I'm
Yes.
sold. Yes. So,
Yeah.
Art Festival
Thank you,
is
Megan.
January 12. Yeah, thanks, Megan. January 12 through February 19 is the Art Festival.
Wait.
Allie. Yes, and there are promotions going on for that time.
Are there? Okay.
Absolutely. Let's see here. Where is the? Da, 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 da.
You're so welcome, Allie. I hope that you get to go. And if you go, I will definitely be live streaming. I love Lee. She does the chalk art. Um, Trevor Carlton is the painter that we are keep talking about that paints upside down, or he'll paint during one song. So he'll do a very popular song. So what are we talking about? Maybe 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes at max. And he can paint a whole painting upside down in that time frame. Google his
Yeah,
name.
he's not upside down. The picture that he's
He's
painted
not.
is upside
No,
down.
the painting is. Hello,
Yeah.
Melissa Ann.
What's that?
Um,
I could tell you that I could paint something upside down and it would look just as good as if I painted it right side up.
really? Really?
Well, let's see
That's
here.
shocking. I'm pretty sure I don't know if I could even do a stick figure upside down and flip it over, and that's what you would think it was.
Oh yeah, I could do that. I mean
Could you?
that's
Okay. Well,
that's
I
kind of
don't
what I'm
even
looking
give
at.
myself enough credit to do that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
where I'm at.
Trevor Carlton, watch the videos. He's amazing. Is the man who the Spider-Man drawings gonna be there? I don't know who that is, but it probably, if there's somebody that you're like aware of. I mean, Disney does bring these performers and artists back year after year as long as they can go. But for some reason, I remember that whole booth and everything. So I think, in the little booklet, and I'm sure Disney has put it out, and maybe it's not out yet, but it does, like the artists that will be there and their times and their days and all of that. It's Disney puts all of that out. So
Yep. So I see that Unicourse is with us. She had 2 questions. So Unicourse, are you going to be able to hang with us for a little bit, or are you going to have to get Soph to bed soon? See you, Just Juice. Thanks for joining us.
yep.
Okay, so I asked if you're going to stay with us or if you have to put Soph to bed, and you said yes. Thank you. That couldn't have been any clearer. Uh,
Okay.
yes,
Melissa
okay.
Ann, it's okay.
Yeah. All right, so Unicourse asked about the best places for Thanksgiving food. And I have a massive list of places that will offer some type of Thanksgiving meal.
Okay, I am ready. I'm ready for it.
All right. So we'll start at the Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
You've got 3 options that will serve mostly a traditional Thanksgiving meal: Liberty Tree Tavern, the Diamond Horseshoe, and then Plaza Restaurant.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
At Epcot, Beer Garden Restaurant. Oddly enough, Coral Reef. I would have never thought that, but they
No.
actually offer a traditional Thanksgiving, and it's not fish that tastes like turkey. It's turkey that tastes like turkey.
Okay.
Garden Grill, Le Cellier, and Sunshine Seasons actually offers a Thanksgiving meal there, which surprised me too.
That's interesting. That's another interesting one.
Yes.
Okay.
At Hollywood Studios, Brown Derby, Hollywood and Vine, and 50s Primetime Cafe all offer a Thanksgiving type meal. At Animal Kingdom, Restaurantosaurus is offering a Thanksgiving meal, which surprised me.
Yep.
Yep. Is it what? How do you pronounce it? Satul Canteen. Is that how you
Hold
pronounce
on.
that place? It's SATU apostrophe apostrophe LI. Satuli. Is it Satuli Canteen?
Yep,
Well,
you said it
wherever.
right.
Okay.
I don't know.
They have Thanksgiving, Tiffin's, and then Tusker House.
Okay.
Disney Springs offerings of a Thanksgiving type meal: CityWorks Eatery, Chef Art Smith's, Planet Hollywood, Raglan Road, STK Steakhouse, and then Wine Bar George. All of those offer some form of a Thanksgiving type meal.
Okay.
At the resorts, only on this one's interesting. At the more of the quick serve type restaurants at the resorts only on the 24th, which is the day after Thanksgiving. So it must be leftover turkey from all the other places. All three of the all-star resorts, movies, music, and sports, Art of Animation, Caribbean Beach Resort, Contemporary, Polynesian, Pop Century, both Port Orleans Riverside and French Quarters, Artist Palette at Saratoga, and Roaring Fork at Wilderness Lodge. All of those quick serve, fast serve restaurants at those resorts have a Thanksgiving type meal. And then also at the resorts, at the more of the sit down type reservation restaurants, Boma, is it Jico? Is that how you pronounce that one?
Yep,
Okay.
Jico, the cooking place.
Yep. Sanaa, Beaches and Cream, oddly enough, will have a Thanksgiving meal. Yes. I don't know that anybody's going to have the kitchen sink after eating a Thanksgiving meal there, but they are offering one. Cape May Cafe, Beach Club Marketplace, The Flying Fish, Trattoria, California Grill, Chef Mickey's, Steakhouse 71, Three Bridges, Toledo, P&J's Southern Takeout, Citricos, Gasparilla, Grand Floridian Cafe, Olivia's, Kona, Boatwright's Dining Hall, let's see here, Topolino's, Turf Club, Whispering Canyon, Ale and Compass, and Yachtsman. All of those places are offering some form of a Thanksgiving dinner. I think most of them run probably Wednesday through Sunday of next week that they're offering those. Some places offer it all the time. I think Liberty Tree Tavern typically has, I think, a turkey.
That's it. Yeah, that's all they have. Yeah.
You're right, Pam. It would have been a much quicker segment to tell you what places were not. The McDonald's on Disney's property is not doing Thanksgiving this year.
No.
They might have chicken nuggets that are in the shape of a turkey, but it's not turkey. So that was one of Unicorse's questions. The second of hers that she asked, she had a lot of questions.
Should we ask her which one she's going to go to?
Yeah, which one are you going to go to, Unicorse? And unless her answer is, can you please repeat those? I missed them. Then I don't want to know. She's hard at work thinking about her answer.
Yeah.
Or she fell asleep on me.
Yeah, she did say she was tired. Yeah. I think the most interesting one was Beaches and Cream. And I don't know which one I'd want to go to.
I think that one's the most interesting.
Yeah.
I still think the most bizarre is Coral Reef.
Yeah.
Unicorse, we asked which of those places are you going to go to, Unicorse, to have your Thanksgiving meal?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was distracted. Can you repeat those, please? JJ. It's times like these. Brooke is my favorite sister. All of them? You must be awfully hungry, Unicorse.
Yeah. That means that she's going to be here for multiple days to try them all out.
Yes. From Wednesday through Sunday. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. In alphabetical order. Okay. Let's see here. First is Ale and Compass. Then...
I mean, she did mention today that, she was here last year at Thanksgiving, so you never know.
That's crazy. I mean, that's awesome, but it's crazy because it's like I didn't even know her last year at Thanksgiving. Yeah. Okay, so are we ready to go to Unicorse's next item?
Let's do it.
The resorts with the most Christmas decorations.
Thank you.
I'm with you on that pick, Unicorse. Liberty Tree. I'm totally on board with that.
Okay.
Did you forget the question already?
Which resort has the most Christmas decorations?
Yep. Resorts with most Christmas decor.
Oh. Well, I'm going to say with the tree up, probably Grand Floridian because they have the gingerbread house as well. But I haven't. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's not like you probably go and do a quantity check of the most
Yeah,
decor, right? It's.
yeah.
I
Two
mean, obviously,
nutcrackers over here and a partridge in a
yeah,
pear tree over there. Yeah.
right, exactly. Obviously, Grand Floridian is going to be on the top of the list because of the gingerbread house, no doubt about it. I think Wilderness Lodge would be on the top of the list because of the giant 60
Tree.
plus foot tree that they have inside there. The Fort Wilderness campgrounds and all of the people that decorate in their campsites. I think that makes it very unique and pretty expansive with the amount of decorations that you can see there. At the Contemporary, they have I think the largest tree outside of anywhere on Walt Disney World property. That thing's massive. And then you add in at the boardwalk, yacht and beach clubs with the decor and what they do with the gingerbread
Yep.
merry-go-round or carousel.
Yep.
So those would be the places that I would rattle off. But Animal Kingdom Lodge, I think they do a really spectacular job with more of an African flair of the decor, but still very beautiful.
Yes.
And you could go to any of the resorts and probably be swept away with the decorations that they have. I mean, it's not hard to do.
It's not, but I think when you go from, okay, there's no even a tree inside the Contemporary. So you're lucky if you're either one driving by or two on the monorail. Can you even see it from the monorail? Driving by or maybe the ferry. I don't even know.
Definitely see it driving by. I've seen it on taking the bus to the Magic Kingdom
Okay,
before.
the bus, right. And then the Polynesian is so lame compared to, yes, they have a gorgeous tree with poinsettias. That's it. I mean, when you go into like the Grand Floridian and when that's 2 stories tall and you have the gingerbread and all that, the Polynesian is just lame compared, so yeah, if that's the only one you're going to go to, okay, you'll be blown away. But then when you move on to the other ones, you will no longer be blown away.
Yeah, I think if you're doing like that, comparing one versus the other, I could see that. But again, I can walk into the Poly any time of year and I'm just swept off my feet just by the cultural experience and the sounds and things like that. 22 days. Awesome, Jules. That's outstanding. Is outside of Riverside decorated at all? Would be beautiful for horse carriage ride. I think they do some type of decoration so that that horse carriage ride is
I mean,
a
I don't
little
know about
festive.
outside. I mean, there's definitely a tree in the lobby. There's a tree at Port Orleans in the lobby as well. So,
Um,
hey,
I'm
Scuba.
only going to the party. That's cool. Hey, Scuba. So, Unicourse's next question, which kind of piggybacks that, is where are all of the gingerbread houses at?
Okay. There's only one house.
Okay, gingerbread features. How about that, smarty pants?
Listen, I'm only, you know, talking the way you do. I learned from you.
There's only room for one smart aleck on this live.
Okay, I will act appropriately then. Um, um, so we have the Grand Floridian, we have the Contemporary. I have not seen the boardwalks yet, but it was supposed to go. Oh, it's going up tomorrow, the 17th, I believe. And that will be a mini boardwalk. The beach club and the yacht club. The yacht club is the carousel, and this year it is DuckTales around the world. And then at the beach club, they have a working lighthouse and a train set, which is absolutely so cute. Everybody should go see it.
Did you mention
This
Animal
live is
Kingdom
brought
Lodge?
to you by Fuel Rod. I wish it was, but everybody should get Fuel Rods. You should.
Did you mention Animal Kingdom Lodge?
Oh yeah, that's new too this year.
Yes, they do
Is
animal.
the Animal Kingdom Lodge. Need to make it over to that one too. That's the only one I haven't seen.
And then I believe at the start of the holiday festival, Epcot will also have gingerbread features.
Really? Oh, you know what? Usually in the American Pavilion, yes, they do. They put it where the Voices of Liberty. They'll do like a Capitol, like usually the Capitol building and a different, maybe the White House. But yep, you're right. I forgot about
Yep.
those.
We have one more Unicourse question.
Okay.
She asked, "What are the best things to do at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party?"
I don't know.
Okay, next question. You don't know because you've not done it before, correct?
No. No.
Okay.
Yes, that is why I'm saying that. But I could guess.
All right, I have the list. You guess, and I'll mark them off as you say them.
Okay. Get free cookies.
Free cookies and cocoa is on the list. Yes.
Okay. See the Very Merry Christmas Parade.
Mickey's Once Upon a Time Christmas.
There
Once
you go.
Upon
That
a
one.
Christmas
Yep. See,
Time
I don't even
Parade
know what it's called. Yep.
is on there. Yes, Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time Parade. Yes. One, two.
Seen the fireworks.
Minnie's Wonderful Christmas Time Fireworks.
Yep.
One, two,
Ooh.
three, four, 6. I have 8 more.
Ooh. Okay. Getting all of the yeah, the party food. Party food. Exclusive party food.
Let's see here. Holiday sweets and treats. Yes,
Okay.
on the list.
Okay. Seeing all the characters.
Let's see here. I have that somewhere. Character meet and greets in their festive wear.
Wow. That means you have what? 6 more?
6 more.
Fun things. Seeing Powerline. So does it have something to do with the Dapper Dans or the rides? Like, are there ride overlays? Ride overlays.
So 2 of them, Space Mountain Holiday Overlay,
Okay.
and the other one you've already done.
Okay. And Snope. Thank you, JJ.
Yeah, Snope is one of them. Snope on Main Street. And
And
for
then
anybody who
the
doesn't know, Snope
Frozen
is.
Holiday Surprise.
Hold on a minute. I don't know what
Okay.
that is. Snope, for anyone that doesn't know, is a combination of the word snow and the word soap. It's how Disney formulates snow to fall on Main Street. And JJ just hit the other ride, and that's Jingle Cruise. The Jungle Cruise turns into Jingle Cruise. And all of the brilliant, brilliant dad jokes are all holiday related. What was the thing you said?
Snope.
No, you said something else, and I'm like, I don't even know what that is.
Oh, the Frozen Holiday Surprise.
Okay, yeah, the new Frozen Holiday Surprise. That's not on my list, actually.
Oh, wow. Hello. Okay, so you have one more?
I have 3 more.
Ooh.
In not in any particular order, they have 2 different dance parties. One's
Okay.
called Club Tinsel Dance, and the other is Disney Junior Jingle Jam Dance Party.
Nice. Okay.
I think those are things that sounds like they're right up yours and Tim's alley.
I agree.
I could see Tim at the Disney Junior Jingle Jam Dance Party.
Yeah.
And then,
When we went to the
go ahead.
when we went to the very first Halloween party together, we had never been, and I was dancing with Mike Wazowski. I thought, I'm pretty sure he never pictured that he would see me doing that either. So who knows?
The other is they have a Mickey's Most Merriest Celebration stage show
Okay.
during the party. So, of course, lots of Soph would join you guys to dance. Soph would laugh at me dancing. She would join Janelle dancing. Hey, Tina. So, Unicorn, question about best things to do at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. That's a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 things, and none of which are the shorter wait times for rides, for instance. Hey, Joe, that's one of the benefits of the Christmas party and the Halloween party is that there's typically fewer people. They limit the number of tickets sold, and so wait times for rides are shorter. But yes, plenty of great, amazing things to do at the Christmas party. I think, and Lori's sitting across the table from me, she might chime in. But for me, one of the most spectacular things is seeing the toy soldiers march in the parade.
Oh, yeah.
And just the clip,
Thank you,
clop,
Jeff.
clip, clop is
Hey,
amazing.
Brandon.
Hey, Brandon. I'm a huge Christmas person. If you haven't seen my village, if you see it, you'll know I'm a huge Christmas person. I love the Christmas party, big time.
Really?
What's a typical time for ride like Pirates and Haunted Mansion during a party? Really, what? Are you just saying really to me?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
joking. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, hold on. I'll look. There's a party right now. Let's look.
Now, yeah, Janelle's gonna look now. Right, there's a Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party parade party going on right now. It might be somewhat unfair. Wait
Yes.
times are probably
Yes.
incredibly short tonight because of the weather down there. A lot of people traded their tickets for another night's party.
You be an incredible night to be there. Big Thunder's 5, Pirates is 10, Jungle is 10, Haunted's 13, Peter Pan's 40, Mine Train is down, and everything else is either 5 or 10 minutes. That's it.
Yeah. What was the longest one you said?
40 for Peter Pan.
Okay. Which Peter Pan's usually an hour on a normal day.
Yeah.
So 40 is a bargain, right? Usually, and Peter Pan, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say Space is 30.
Yeah, Peter Pan's the outlier. Usually that one has the longest wait, and Seven Dwarfs Mine Train probably the next longest. But for the most part, on average, your wait times on party nights will be 30 minutes or less on the rides.
Yeah. I mean, to meet Mickey is 15. So I wonder, let's see characters. So there's no wait times for the characters. Wow, you can meet Prince Eric. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely. I love the Halloween party too. We've been there a couple times, and
That's my favorite.
Halloween's Lori's favorite. So you can't go wrong with either one, honestly. For me,
Right.
the one differentiator is it can be 90 degrees when you go to the Halloween party. It could be close to 100 if you go in August. And if you're in a
Right.
costume, it can be just uncomfortable and miserable. It's never going to be that near that hot for the Christmas party.
The Headless Horseman.
Flynn is
Yeah, the
there
Headless-
too.
The Headless Horseman is pretty spectacular at that Halloween party parade, though.
Yeah.
That is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
JJ, you know where to find him now. If you want to meet Prince Eric, you got to get yourself to the Christmas party.
Christmas party. And Flynn for Brooke. I know.
I'm concerned for Brooke, though. I have to imagine Flynn has talked to Steve, and they probably have a joint restraining order out on her. It is nice that Brooke and JJ don't try to fight over the same guy, right?
That's
Brooke's
true.
got
Yeah.
Steve and Flynn, JJ's got Eric and Captain Jack.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's good that they have, two different guys and, and all of that. Yeah. We're good.
Yes.
Yeah, Brooke, I don't know. I feel like There's still time.
You better believe it. Scuba. Can't fight over the same man. That's right.
So, yeah, I mean, I agree. So I know somebody did ask, and you can, or I don't, and this is what I would say, unless Mike knows something different. I would say that each situation Disney uses what they do is at their discretion, right? So what they might do today might not be the same for next week, or for a different party, or what happens this year might not happen next year. Like that's the one thing, is just because it's been raining a lot and Disney's like, okay, we'll let you pick a different party day. That's awfully nice of them. But I don't think that you could trust that would happen for every single party or for every situation.
Take Flynn, for example. He could be in the Orange County Courthouse getting a restraining order out on Brooke and can't make it back in time for the party.
Right.
So things like that happen.
Right.
And we joke about that, but when you think about it, there's probably a finite number of cast members that can play the role of Eric or Flynn.
Right.
There's probably a larger subset of cast members who could be Goofy or be Mickey or Donald or what have you. Wouldn't be the first.
We will get to Loretta, give us one moment and we'll talk about military discount.
Yep. So is there more about the Christmas party? You wanted to talk a little Jollywood as well. And then the last question I had was actually from you, if you remember what it was.
I do.
Okay.
What surprises me, Florida Road Trip, about Mickey or any of those is that it's still an audition. Like, I just think like anybody, right? Like, but it's still an audition. Like, you don't just get to roll up and anybody just get into that,
Well, think about this. There are no 6-foot Mickey Mouses walking around that park.
Right.
Right. So you as the cast member probably have to be somewhere 5'4" to 5'6", 5'7", something like that, maybe height wise.
Maybe even, maybe smaller.
Maybe 5 foot to 5'5", something like that. So there's some physical traits that you would have to meet in order to be even considered. So Road Trip, you're not going to be Mickey. You might be Goofy. You might be Pluto.
Yeah.
But you never really think about that. You think, they just throw the outfit on any cast member and there they go. But not only do they have to fit the mold of that character, they got to be able to sign that character's name accordingly. And it blows me, Chewy, there you go. It blows me away. It's one thing to figure out how to do Mickey's signature on a flat piece of paper, with a clipboard behind it. It's another thing doing it on your tumblers, or like when you're doing the tote bag and I watched Aladdin hold it as taut as he can.
That's how everybody is like, pull it. The only one that always gets to me is Pluto, because he has to do it on his nose. Everything is up here.
That's right. Scuba, I think you would portray the role of Liver Lips. That's probably what you would be.
Big Al. Big Al. There's someone for everybody, Scuba.
That's right. But you're right. I mean, Pluto holding it up here so you can see.
Yeah.
That's a talent.
Yeah, and they get it right. Only, how many of these have I done? And like, there's only, I would say maybe 2 or 3 that were just like, I don't know what just happened there. But honestly, like, they all do such a great job. Such a great job.
Absolutely. And to be what I'll refer to as human characters, the Erics, the Ariels. Man, that you can have a bad day at work with your Mickey head on, and nobody knows the difference, right?
Right.
But you can't if you're a human character,
Yeah.
if that's the appropriate term for it.
Right.
You man, and that goes for just the general cast member working at the turnstiles at the front of the park or behind the quick serve counter or doing the rides, whatever. You don't, I mean, I can go to work and I can point out that dude's having a bad day. She woke up on the wrong side of the bed. You can pick that stuff out. You just don't typically see that with the cast members there.
Right.
They get the fact that they are a part of what makes Disney magical.
Right. Florida
Yeah,
road trip. We are.
Can't get nothing by you.
Thank you, Tina.
Yes. Hashtag fuel rod. Do you want to hit your last question? Your question?
Well, let's address the military ticket real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Do we know anything about them? What I know about them is that for families in the military, wherever you live, there should be someplace close in your region that you can go and pick up the tickets before you come. I would call Disney, and I think Disney would tell you, but they might have something on their website, but that I'm not exactly sure. Or you can go to Shades of Green. Thank you, Tina, for on the base. But if you want to know about any other discounts, such as like maybe resorts or Shades of Green, that's a Mike question.
Yeah, so Shades of Green will be the most affordable military on property option. But like right now, they've got, if you're a member of the military, they've got great rate offers on the Disney hotels for most stays all of next year, from January 1st through December 20th. So I guess not the entire year, but for the good portion of the year. And it's whether you're staying only one night or up to 14 nights. It's probably the most flexible of all of their promotions. A lot of promotions that come out and you have to have at least a 4-night stay, for instance. And the blackout periods are much more extensive. It's most nights January 1 through December 20. Let's see here. Offers for active or retired military personnel, including active or retired members of the National Guard, reservists, U.S. Coast Guard, U.S. Space Force, Commissioned Corps of the Public Health Service, Commissioned Corps of National Oceanic and Atmospheric, which is NOAA. Spouses of military service members qualify. So it's very extensive in the offer. So yeah, you can get really good deals. I think you mentioned going on base. You can typically get discounted park tickets that way. So yeah, there's a lot of options for military discounts. Absolutely. And I mentioned Shades of Green, but obviously they can only account or accommodate so many people.
Right.
But they offer discounts on all of their other resorts for military.
Okay. All right. Are we to our... You're welcome, Loretta. Hopefully that helped in some way, shape, or form.
Yep. All right. Should we tee up the next question?
Sure.
The next question is, can I see the resort trees and how can I do that?
Just the regular trees or just the Christmas trees?
I'm fairly certain I wrote down the question just as it was asked in Discord. I'm sure the person meant the Christmas trees, not just the general trees. But yes, I'm pretty sure that the person meant all the Christmas trees.
Okay,
I mean, don't you believe,
hold
Janelle,
on.
that's what the person meant?
Brooke said, does Shades of Green offer transportation to the parks? I don't think I've ever seen a bus to them. Yep, Brooke, they do. Um,
Bus
so, yep,
transportation to and from. Yep. Theme
yep,
parks and Disney Springs.
yeah, yep.
I thought you were
Um,
going to go look on Discord to see what the question was.
I thought about it.
Yeah.
Did you
Yes.
look at it? Did you look at it?
No, I did not. I would have
Okay,
to
hold
do that on my phone. I'm not as technology like you are, as
on.
technical as you are with
Well, one
all
of
these
us is right
fancy
and
stuff.
one of us is wrong, as usual.
Yeah, that's usually how it works, right? When it's two different thoughts, one's usually right. Well, could both be wrong, I suppose. Can't both be right. So go ahead and read the question.
Can I go see the resort Christmas trees and how can I do it?
I believe that was just implied that you meant the Christmas trees. So,
Well,
um,
again, and it's because of maybe who I'm with that I just, was waiting for this person wants to go see all the trees.
yeah, so we're gonna count each one we see.
I
Absolutely.
mean, you're going to be at the campgrounds for a long time.
We're gonna start with the oak trees, and then we'll do the maple, and then we'll go to the firs and the birch. I'm running
They
out of
have
trees.
eucalyptus trees in Epcot. Yeah.
Oh, good
I
Lord.
need look.
Who keeps inviting Parks with Mark on these darn lives? Just kidding. Hey, Mark.
Um, I need Lori to make me a shirt that
Approved.
says, I've seen all the trees.
Yes. And now it's time to leave. Uh,
Okay. All right. Well, I will
so
get it together.
you just keep on giggling and I'll answer the question. How about that?
Okay.
So let's start with if you are not staying on property.
Okay.
Okay. Um, you are not able to just drive to a resort and park unless you have a dining reservation at that resort. And if you do, you can park for 3 hours, and then they want you to move it along. Unfortunately, people took advantage of that sort of thing, so they've really cracked down on that quite a bit. So if you're staying off property, probably your best option would be to go to Disney Springs and park there for free, and then take a bus to one of the resorts to see probably Christmas trees at that resort.
Okay.
Depending upon which resort you go to in that method, if you were to go, say, take the bus to the Contemporary Resort, pick that, you can then hit the monorail and catch the Polynesian, which Janelle already told us sucks.
Compared
or
to the others.
yes, and Grand Floridian, so you can see the gingerbread house and decorations. Um, if you were to say take a bus from Disney Springs to Pop Century, you could see Pop Century's decorations and all of the trees in their splendor, and you could walk over to Art of Animation and see theirs as well. Then you can take the Skyliner over to the Caribbean Beach Resort and take a tour of that property. Hop back on the Skyliner and go to the Riviera and see the decor there. You could continue on with the Skyliner to the back of Epcot, and you could then walk over to the Boardwalk, Yacht Club, and Beach Club. So with the Skyliner, you're seeing 7 of the 24, I think, resorts at Disney. So that would be probably my recommendation, so you can see the most resorts from essentially resort hopping with a start at Disney Springs. If you're staying on property, it will depend upon where you're staying, obviously,
Right.
as to where you're going to start. Obviously, if you're staying, say, at Wilderness Lodge, then you're going to clearly see everything at Wilderness Lodge. From there, I would probably take the boat to the Magic Kingdom, and then you could either walk to the Contemporary or take the monorail to the Contemporary, but then continue on that loop from there. After that, if you wanted to see additional resorts, then I'd probably tell you to go back to Magic Kingdom and hop on a bus to a different resort to see the decorations there. What would you like to add to that?
Um, Nothing. You're perfect. Good job. There's trees at Disney Springs as well as a free Christmas tree stroll that you can go into the participating stores and get the little scavenger hunt card for free and fill it out, and then you get a little prize at the end.
So if you're staying off property, I would park at Disney Springs, take the bus and do the resort loop like we talked about, and then finish your excursion with the trees at Disney Springs.
And I would say if you're trying to do that all in one day, you need a full day. You need a full day because even going to the Disney Springs, the Christmas tree stroll, unless you cheat, it's going to take you a good hour and a good hour or two to walk around and see them and do everything.
How late is Disney Springs open usually? Is it midnight?
I think 11, but let me check.
11?
Yeah.
So this is just generally for me, when I think about going to see Christmas trees, I want it to be dark so that I can see them lit up.
Yes.
And so you're looking at, in that scenario, starting your tour around 5 p.m. It's starting to get dark then, so you can at least see trees lit
Yeah.
up, and then you'd have up to about 11 p.m. So you can get quite a bit seen in 6 hours.
Yeah, 11, it's open till 11. So,
Okay. Well, hopefully the really wonderful person that asked that question got the answers they were looking for.
I think so. I think so.
Okay.
Trying
Did
to
we miss
plan,
anything?
trying to plan my route.
Trying to plan your route.
Yeah. And Scuba asked about the pineapple tree, and that's still the Polynesian. The Polynesian has pineapples.
Yep. Now, obviously, as a
so-
local, good night, Soph. Sleep good. Sweet dreams. As a local, you could break that apart through multiple days, right? And you could just do the Disney Springs tour at your leisure one evening. You could probably spend an entire evening at Fort Wilderness campground and
Yes.
see everything there.
Yeah. Yeah. And
The Japan Pavilion, Mark, that's where you're going to find the bonsai
Yeah.
trees. Ask and we will answer.
yes. I have been there on a really cold night, and we had a really awesome bus driver like that drove us around and like showed us all the Christmas lights from the bus. And she was a great cast member, and went out of her way because it was so cold we couldn't walk around. And so I would just recommend, if you are going over to the campgrounds, that you have good walking shoes and that you are bundled up if it does happen to be a really cold night.
Battery operated electric blanket will be good, right? Wrap that around you.
Yes. Tim would
Unless it's
have
raining.
battery operated gloves, jacket, all of it.
That's right, JC. Anything below 85 is cold for those
Oh yeah,
Floridians.
Tim, yeah. He has that's his threshold.
And I think we've talked about this before, or maybe I've mentioned it. January historically is a good time to go to Disney from a crowd level perspective. For us Northerners, we hope it's cold when we get down there, because Florida Disney cold in January is in the 50s, which is shorts and a hoodie for us coming from the Midwest. And the locals don't go to the parks when it's that cold. They'll wait. So
Right.
it's a great time to go, and you hope that it's chilly.
Yeah. Well, so that brings up, I told you earlier that I was watching one of our old segments. Um, we are not babies, JC. Um, one of our
Well,
old segments, and what were
you
you
come
gonna
up here.
say?
You come up here in January when it's 40 below, and I bet I'll see you cry.
I'll be like, JC was right. Um, And one of the things we were talking about was the heat. That was like what we were giving all kinds of tips on the heat, the heat, the heat. And so what about when it's cold? Like what are our tips for when it's cold in Disney?
So that's a great question, and I'll rattle off what I think about it
Okay.
because again, it's all relative, right? So
Yeah.
cold in Disney is different to you than it is to us,
Right.
or somebody coming from, you know, Boston or something like that in the middle of winter.
Right. Hi, Ainsley.
Um, for me, hey Ainsley, for me, one of the biggest challenges is not the so much that it's cold, but it's not shorts and short sleeve t-shirt weather at 7 a.m. when you're heading to the park for rope drop, or
Right.
at 10 p.m. when you're watching the fireworks. So you got to wear layers, and then you got to deal with peeling those layers off when it does warm up, and then you got to carry that stuff around. So
Right.
that's for me is a bigger pain in the rump than anything. But as far as if it's truly cold, I look. It's the same answer that you give in the summer. In
Hey,
the summer,
Ronnie.
you say, "Hey, Ronnie, enjoy some of the indoor experiences so you cool off." Same thing applies in the winter. Enjoy some of the indoor experiences so you can warm up.
Right.
Right? I mean,
Well,
I'm sure Hall of Presidents probably isn't 65 degrees in January like it is in August.
right. Well, and I agree. Scuba said hydrate, like
Yes.
the country bears, right? Right, Ainsley.
Yes,
Um,
Ainsley.
hydrating they even though it has gotten cool outside, they still have all the water things available outside at Casey's Corner. I thought that they would like take it all away and stuff just because like people probably aren't, but they're all still there and everything. So hydration is yeah, definitely the key to it as well. Just
It
because
is.
it's
You don't
cooler
think about it,
outside, you don't stop.
right? You don't think about it, but that helps your circulation.
Yeah.
That blood flow helps keep your body warm. That's
Yeah.
right. Um,
Um,
I mean,
well,
if you're a Southerner, Texas, Alabama,
Ainsley.
over there, and it's cold, Ainsley, um, then you might be buying extra layers when you get down there.
Right. So,
Dr. Pepper, Tina.
I agree.
um, what you call it? They do have portable heaters that they bring out and put everywhere. So like if there's outdoor seating, which we have a lot of outdoor seating, they will bring the heaters. I don't know where they store these things, but um, they do bring out heaters. And just like today when it rained, they brought out ponchos and umbrellas for everybody to buy. Well, they bring all the sweatshirts out and all the jackets that they have from the back and they put them out there for you to buy. So,
Absolutely.
if you don't have something, they do, have it there for you to purchase happily.
I'm pretty certain one of our January trips years ago on there because it was cold.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, everything from gloves to scarves, everything. So,
But again, depending upon where you're coming from, pack layers, right? I
right.
don't think you want to walk into the park with a winter coat on when 3 hours later it's going to be 70 degrees out or 65 degrees or whatever. So having 2 or 3 lighter layers stacked is much easier to maneuver.
Right. So I just, like I said, I know we talk a lot about the heat and everything, but I think people shouldn't come here believing that it doesn't get cold at all, because it can,
Right. Yeah. And if it's going to be really cold, make sure you pack a helmet so that a frozen iguana doesn't hit you in the head when it falls out of a tree.
Ainsley, it does get cold. It does.
I'm with you, Ainsley. It doesn't. It gets cold. You have to preface that. It's Florida cold. But and I remember there was a lady that I used to work with here years ago, and she moved to Phoenix. And I think 2 years later, she could not come back up here in the winter. I mean, you adapt to your climate so quickly, and once you move down there, your skin gets pretty thin. You can't handle the cold anymore.
Yeah. Well, I know.
Scuba, it will drop below 40 at times down there.
It does,
sure. Yeah. For overnight lows.
Yeah. And I will say, and I don't know why, and I was talking about it earlier today. Even though it doesn't rain as much, we still have like a winter wind or breeze. Like it gets pretty breezy. And so when it does get cooler, we'll just say cooler at night, there tends to be a wind that picks up. And that's the part that I can't, handle, is the wind chill.
I say we don't talk about that.
No.
We don't talk about Bruno, and we don't talk about wind chill.
So yeah, JJ is one. I can remember when I first met JJ and we would talk about, the winter. All she would talk about was that one with the record freeze and the things that were closed. It does happen.
Yeah, it's rare. It's very, very rare for it to be that cold.
It is.
But I think I've said this before. We've been there again in January, and at 9 o'clock at night, I've got 2 or 3 layers of clothes on and a couple of beach towels on top of me, sitting in a lawn chair while the boys are swimming in the heated pool. Yeah, there's no comparison, Scuba. You know that. And even where Scuba's at, he doesn't have the wind chills that we have here and people up north of us.
Yeah. 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 Scuba's like, I'm aware. I am aware. Yeah.
But I mean, it just blows my mind to think that where we live here in Omaha, we can have wind chills as cold as 50 below. It's rare, but it can happen. And we can have heat index as high as 120, 125. I mean, that's such a massive spread. I think this past summer we had heat indexes around 120 to 124. So it'll be interesting to see how cold we have wind chills this year.
Right.
Yeah. You're right, Scuba. Lots of layers. That's exactly right, JJ.
It's still raining. It's so windy and so rainy. Still.
Yeah, Shane knows exactly what I'm talking about with the weather here.
Shane, that's not fun. That doesn't sound like fun.
I think I've said this on one of your lives, or talking like this. You haven't lived until you walk outside and breathe in and you feel your nose hairs freeze.
Yeah,
then you know you're living.
All right. Truly.
Yeah, Scuba, we're supposed to be cold by next Friday, Saturday, and please. Yeah. The ground is perfect for us to go get our live Christmas tree done next weekend.
Ooh. Well, I know Ainsley's not here, but she's going to pick out the family Christmas tree this year. Bye, JC. Nice. Yeah.
See, JC. Well, Ainsley was on the live. She might still be.
I don't think yeah, we'll see. Your mom's hair broke off once, Allie? Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
There you go, Shane. Nailed it.
Wow. Thank you, Jessica. No,
So there are I mean, if anybody on here wants to ask questions, we're happy to
yeah.
answer them. This isn't a question, but it's a topic. Have you seen, it was after swim practice. Oh yeah, I can see that. Your hair's cold, wet from swimming and go out and
Yeah.
it would freeze. I can see that. Absolutely. Absolutely. I can see that. Have you heard the fact that as of January 1st, as of right now, as of January 1st, 2024, Disney will lose the copyright on Steamboat Willie?
No, I haven't heard that. The only thing I knew about that people would come into the live and say was not Genie Plus, Disney Plus. Blah blah blah. Oh, Disney is not gonna have Disney Plus, but I think they're just bundling it with Hulu.
Yes.
And so
Which,
that's how they're gonna.
yeah, so they're going to bundle it. And so part of the caution there is you're going to have adult content Hulu stuff intermixed with child Disney programming. And so, yeah, you have to be careful there with what your kids are seeing. But yeah, so Mark said he heard that. So unless Disney does something in the next 6 weeks, as of January 1st, the properties for Steamboat Willie will become public domain.
I heard that.
There's no chance that they're gonna let that happen. So
I feel like they're running out of calendar days to go to. I think they have to go to court and file an injunction or something
right.
like that to try to extend the copyright.
Okay, that's what I thought, Jessica. Like with the Disney Plus, like you can approve what I understand what you're saying, Mike. Yes, they could somehow press the wrong button, the mom button
Well,
instead of the kid button.
but Disney Plus has that. Once it's merged with Hulu, I don't know whether that will exist any longer.
Right.
And I don't know. I know I've seen, read, heard that, and Iger's the one who said it, that come next year, their intent is to merge those two together.
Right.
I also believe that I've heard that ESPN Plus will have more live sports than it has currently.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Ruby was stuck on PG. Yeah. Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see about the copyright with Steamboat Willie. I mean, technically, if that happens come January 1st, anybody, essentially public domain, has the rights to do what they want with Steamboat Willie.
Oh, okay. Do you know how much they'll raise the price? I don't know.
I
Shane.
don't think they've said. It hasn't been announced yet. I think that was more of a conceptual. This is what we're going to do.
Yeah, it was definite.
Happen yet.
Yeah, it was definite clickbait of like, oh, parents, there's not going to be Disney Plus anymore. There is, yes, just bundled with Hulu.
I wonder what it's going to be called, though.
You can't come up with anything off the top of your head.
Oh, I'm sure. Give me 30 seconds. I probably could, but in all seriousness, I wonder if it will have any Disney naming to it. And where my head was at actually was the fact that this past year in the spring, Disney had a promotion for cruises. If you were a Disney Plus subscriber, there was a promotion. The promotion that just wrapped up. If you're a Disney Plus subscriber, you get discounts on room rates. I don't know if they'll have something like that if it's called Hulu Plus, for instance, or as Tasha suggests, Dulu.
Okay, so I know somebody had asked me, they asked if I had seen The Making of the Wish. Yes, I had. Are we excited about the new movie? Hey, Norma. What new movie? Are we talking about Wish? What new movie are we talking about? Lauren? Yeah, Wish. Yeah, I am. It looks cute. I find it so strange, though, that I mean, this movie just came out. You know how long it takes to get characters in the park, and Disney, bam, we have the Wish characters in the park. Like, how did that happen? Well, I know how it happened, but like, why?
Sorry, I was distracted. I was doing math.
Okay. It's going to be called Hulu on Disney. Thank you, Jessica.
Clearly, the marketing folks were out that day when somebody came up with that name.
Okay, but Lauren, yes, the elemental stuff came out, but do we have elemental characters in the park? No, I don't think we do. So I don't know. I'm just shocked that there's so much promoting on this movie. Okay,
Yeah,
so maybe that's it, Brooke.
Disney's
Yeah.
really struggling in their latest movies.
Yeah.
So they keep mentioning Wish, and so I was doing the math on a countdown.
Okay.
71
Fine.
days.
How many?
71 days.
Wow. I should get it together. Thank you, Dustin. I said it on my live the other day. I was like, oh, I want to plan so much. And I'm for next year. And I just I can't even believe that we're halfway through November. November has flown by.
Yep. You got your passports?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So yes, we do. Yeah, Frozen 4 was confirmed. Wasn't there something else that was just confirmed too? And maybe, yeah, I just feel like I said, I was just surprised how quick, like we already have a character in the park. So thought that was interesting.
I had no idea that they were even working on a Frozen 3. That's how disconnected I am with the movie world.
Right. Yeah. Oh, for the new Wonka. Yep, there is a new Willy. Yep, there is. And the only reason I know that is because at the campgrounds there was like someone had a Willy Wonka site. So I don't know. Allie, I wonder how long it takes for something to even get, already in the works. Something would tell me it takes years,
Well,
so I would think that maybe they've already been in the works.
like Pandora, don't they have like the next 3 or 4 of
Yeah.
those lined
Already,
up for the next
right.
decade?
Yeah. Yeah, I believe so. Thank you, Tasha.
So, Tina, your little girl is thawing. Is that what you're saying? She's getting out of the frozen phase. It's nice that you bring her into the warmth. Gosh, I was going to say something. I don't remember what it was now. I forget.
Allie, we are all about unpopular opinions. I've not even seen the very first Avatar ever. And the only reason I know blue people are involved is because I've been on the ride, but.
Same here.
Yes. I've seen parts of the movie. I've never sat and watched it from start to end.
Who has that much time?
Yeah, well, if I were to be in a movie theater with the reclining seats and a bucket of popcorn, I could probably handle it.
For sure, I would go to sleep.
I think one of my very favorite movie experiences ever was when Toy Story 2 came out. They did a double feature, if you will. So Tanner and I went and watched Toy Story 1, and then they had an intermission, and then they did Toy Story 2, and that was so much fun. I ate so much popcorn in those 4 hours.
Uh, yeah. Hey, Crystal. How are you? Um, yeah, I don't know. The only way, yeah, that you could capture my attention for that long period of time is in a movie theater. Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't do it, but when they came out with, Star Wars 7, 8, or 9, whichever one of those, and there was like a 24-hour binge at the theaters where you watched
Okay.
from episode 1 all the way through 7 or 8 or 9, whatever it was. And I mean, I enjoy Star Wars, but I don't think I could have sat at a theater that long.
Mark,
Uh,
Parks
no,
with Mark? No.
I've not watched Lord of the Rings. I've not watched Harry Potter.
Me either. Me either.
Not a one.
That's my mom. That's my mom is so. My mom loves Lord of the Rings. I have not ever seen Harry Potter, nor have I picked up a book.
Oh, well, that goes
Yeah.
regardless of the topic. That goes for me not picking up a book.
Yeah. So I can remember everybody having the Harry Potter books, and just like, and I no interest, and my kids never had an interest in them either. So yeah. And again, I feel like I've always been kind of honest with like movies. I've just not ever been like the biggest movie. There's so much I haven't seen. So
It's probably been at least 3 years since last time we were at a movie theater.
Before
It was
2020.
before COVID.
It was probably at Christmas time when we saw a Star Wars movie.
Could be.
yeah.
Sadness, that's you now. Oh, come on, Jessica.
No, Tumble Monkey hasn't. Nope. And I'm the first person to say, again, it goes with Star Wars too. I have seen Star Wars and I'm aware, not a full movie. Can I recall? I can't say I went to the movies or anything like that. But same with Harry Potter. I've not ever seen them, but I love their areas at Universal, and I love, the Batu area at Hollywood Studios. I think that they're amazing to go to. And I don't think that you have to, necessarily have seen a movie to love Flight of Passage or Navi or, any of it. And I think that's the great thing about it.
Absolutely. I marvel at how forward thinking George Lucas was with Star Wars in the 70s. And where it went to from there.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, my mom loves Lord of the Rings, so Star Trek.
That's in the 60s. Star Trek, that's even older than Star Wars. But
Star
it's
Trek
fun to
was
look at.
that was TV, right? That was, yeah.
It was
Was
started
there
on TV.
that a movie?
It became a movie. They had several Star Trek movies.
But it
over the
was a
years.
TV show, right?
Yes, it was TV to start with. I'm drawing a blank on the name of Captain Kirk in real life. Who
Robert
played Captain
Shatner?
Kirk?
Shatner.
William Shatner.
William, not Robert. William Shatner.
Mark.
Hey, Jerry. William Shatner. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I said Robert.
Yep. I know you stumped me when you said Robert.
Sorry. Yeah.
Steve is a Trekkie. That's all right. Nothing wrong with that. No, not Schaffner. Shatner. And it wasn't Robert Wagner.
There you go.
No.
Okay. Who? I know I've heard the name, but who was Robert? What was his TV show?
Robert Wagner. Didn't he play in Heart to Heart?
Is
Wasn't that
that
the
what it
TV
is?
show he was in?
Yeah, I've heard of it. We my grandma would only ever have Dallas on.
I remember as a kid on Friday nights, ABC was Love Boat, and then Fantasy Island after that.
She played.
That was a Friday night.
That was Friday nights for us when I was a kid. Yep.
Huh. We've gone way off of any kind of travel or Disney talk.
Yes, absolutely. So
JJ.
not to wrap anything up, but Gilligan's Island. There you go, Tina. Gilligan's Island. Gosh, I'm going way back in my childhood. Obviously, the Jetsons and Flintstones and Fat Albert and Scooby Doo. Awesome stuff. There will be no live next week for Janelle and I. No travel.
I was going to be here.
You were going to be
You're
here
not
next
gonna be
Thursday
here?
night.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to do it, I'll do it. But I assumed you'd be wrestling a turkey leg or something by this time next Thursday.
No, I know everybody. I think we're gonna, go they're on to X-Files. Yeah, I suppose we can take off.
I just assume every so often you need a break from me.
You think? Do you want to do it on we can make up for it on the 27th and have a birthday stream?
Birthday stream. Well, what I was going to say is that so we'll take next week off.
Okay.
That the week after, that Thursday is the 30th, and we will probably dedicate at least half of our show, if you want to call this a show, to Janelle's review of Jollywood, because you will be there on the 29th, correct?
Yep.
Mark, that's the smartest thing you've said all day, my man, right there.
I mean, again, I keep referencing back to my mom, but my mom calls this a presentation. I know I told you that.
Yes. You'll have to send her the newsletter then. She should be quite impressed.
Again. Oh, Jessica, she's told I met all her friends and they're like, oh, you're not available on Thursday because of your presentation. I was like, Mike, evidently. I like that we call it a show. So
yes. And for
so
some,
Ellie,
you might.
I agree. We all know all the stuff that's been put out there, as far as Jollywood is concerned, and it'll be interesting to see how the night goes. I've absolutely watched nothing on it, and maybe I should, just to know, again, where certain foods don't.
I mean, I wouldn't go watch anybody's streams or anything like that. I would. I mean, yes, you can look up and see where the food stands are and things like that. What kind of food they have.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her Jollywood Day is the 29th. JJ, it's 2 weeks from yesterday.
It's a Wednesday. No, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to know, I don't want to see the Muppet Show. I don't want to see that. I want to experience that all firsthand. But yeah, just to where, the Tip Top Bar, do I even want to go there? Yes, I might want to just see it, but I don't even know what their offerings are, kind of thing,
Yeah. So, and you and I talked about this earlier today, but part of the outcome of the first Jollywood is things that Disney can and will fix, right? There were reports of them running out of food, for instance. That's fixable. Long wait times because they were understaffed. That's fixable. They cannot fix the fact that it's really not designed for children. I mean, that they made it very clear when they first announced Jollywood, the setting and the idea behind it. So people that are frustrated or upset because it's not kid friendly, they just weren't listening. And that's not on Disney. I I can understand people's frustration that for about the same price, I can buy the ticket to go to the party at the Magic Kingdom and walk in as early as 4 p.m. and be there till 12:30 a.m.
Right.
Hollywood Studios, it's half that amount of time.
Right.
So that's something that Disney won't fix this year.
No.
I would like to believe that they might fix it next year. Do they go to 4 p.m.? Probably not, but maybe 6, 7.
Right. So JJ, I saw pictures of people with the with Jack and Sally. Oh, are you able? But I saw it's a show, not. I don't think there's a meet and greet, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure.
I'm pretty sure there's not a meet and greet. And Kayla, your comment about when you read about Jollywood, you never thought it would be about little kids. But the problem is there's a percentage of people that take a trip to Disney for Christmas and they see, oh, there's a Christmas party at Hollywood Studios called Jollywood. We're going to be there. Let's buy tickets and go. And they've got a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old with them. And then they're disappointed. Or for whatever reason, they just, I mean, it's easy to say, and truly, I think it's easy to say and believe, if it's Disney hosted, it must be kid friendly, right? They kind of go hand in hand.
Right. Tina, I am excited for it. Okay, so I was gonna say I think that there is a meet and greet for Jack and Sally. I don't know. I want to make this comment, but then I also know that Magic Kingdom stays open to a certain time as well. But if the event doesn't start until 8:30, 8 o'clock, and it goes until 12, like to me, that's not even for a kid.
True.
Like, but that's just me, you know. Bye, Shane. Have a good evening.
See, Shane.
And so, so hold on. If they had included one food or drink, it would, yes. So again, Mike and I did talk about that. Like, yeah, you know, when over here at Magic Kingdom, you're getting a free cookie in a packet, it doesn't matter. Like, we know Robbie, we know everybody, right? They just want to hear the free part of it. Like they're being given something for their time. So you can go and get 20 snickerdoodle cookies if you wanted. That's going to make people happy. You know, I guess.
No, I agree with you.
It's not going to solve everything, the long lines or not being able to mobile order or something like that. But
well, and the other thing Janelle and I talked about earlier is, from my perspective, Hollywood Studios, it's such a small, compact area to host something like this. Magic Kingdom is big. Epcot, I think, would be a great place to host something like this.
Agree.
There's a lot of room to maneuver around and enjoy things.
Yeah.
But
and I mean, imagine what they could do in each one of the pavilions. Like, it would be amazing.
Absolutely. Undoubtedly. And I think people would be willing to pay it and only be there for 4 hours or whatever because of so much you could see and do. And the other thing Janelle and I talked about is, and we know this, it could have been the best event in history, and there's still going to be people that will complain because they wake up living to complain about stuff. And those are usually the people who make the most noise on social media. It's just the way of the world, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Nobody loves free stuff more than anybody who's already paid $150 for it. That's right, Alan.
Yeah. I mean, again, I could have picked, again, we said the ticket costs the same. Yes, did I pick? I've never been to Mickey's Very Merry. I could have gone there and that could have been new to me. But the fact that like getting dressed up and going to the theme park and having a night in the park as like a party, that just appealed to me.
And I think that's something that, well, and people are going to be on here and say differently, but for me, I'm going on vacation. I don't want to have to pack a spiffy outfit, right, for an event. So I think that idea works better for locals than
Right.
the people coming on vacation, especially if you're only packing a backpack like Megan.
Right. True. True. Yes, and Kayla, that's what I said to Mike too. Like again, everything has a first time to it, and as much as we'd love to believe that Disney has had so many firsts, they they are still not going to be perfect.
I 100% agree with that, but the idea of them running out of food, that seems
Yeah,
odd to me. I mean,
I
they've got to
agree.
have enough statistical data to fall back on that. If we're selling X number of tickets for 4 hours, it should equate to this much food.
Like what? I don't know what it is. What, like, was it just one thing or was it multiple items?
I think it was the Ronto wraps. I'm kidding. Taking us back an hour and 45 minutes. But Allie, you're right. Good on them for branching out, trying something different with a different audience, if you will, like you said. I think it's great. I don't think it's going to discourage them at all.
Yeah. No. I mean, I hope not. Like I said, the only thing, and I said it, the only thing Disney is really good at is making it better and better. And, yes, sometimes do they take things away that we're used to? Yes. But at the end of the day, they do whatever it is that they put out, they do tweak it and try to make it more user friendly or just better in general or whatever it is.
So I think one general complaint I would have that goes back to the length of the party. If you were going to go see the Muppet Show in the Beauty and the Beast Pavilion, you're probably getting there 30 minutes before the show starts. I believe the show is every bit of 30 minutes long, if not a little bit longer. And then it's going to take you time to assemble out of there. Your
Right.
4 hour night has already gotten about an hour and a half of it eaten up right away.
Right.
So that, to me, again, goes back to only a 4 hour event, and almost, 30 to 40% of your event is gobbled up by one show.
Yeah.
And if you're going to then walk to wherever the next show is, the Jack and Sally, for instance, you might
Right.
be 2.5 hours of your 4 hour night gone in those two events. I think that's hard to swallow.
Okay. Well, I mean,
This is
all we can do is see.
Oh, right. No, I think it's going to be amazing, but I just think I hope for next year they extend it beyond 4 hours. I think that would
Right.
help. I think that would help a great deal. Totally off topic, but the thought crossed my head because of the different things that Mickey's Very Merry offers. I wish all 4 of the parks would go back to having a parade.
I
And I know
agree.
it's so off topic, but
No, I agree.
I mean, whether it was the parade at Hollywood Studios, and I remember
That was
a couple, 2 or 3 years in a row where they're throwing out little Nerf balls for people, or gosh, just the march of the stormtroopers down
Hollywood.
Hollywood Boulevard, just amazing. The
I agree.
Animal Kingdom. I mean, Animal Kingdom now has those little penguin things.
The menagerie. Yeah.
That is, those features are exactly how a lot of the parade items were built and maneuvered back in the day with Animal Kingdom. It was just such a different experience.
Yeah, so Hollywood Studios is offering Santa Claus this year.
Yep.
Back by the Muppets. I wonder if they're not going to have the Santa Claus cavalcade with the reindeer. I wonder when that comes back, or if are we not going to get that back? I wonder.
I don't know. And remember the other day I mentioned to you Santa Goofy?
Yeah.
That Santa Goofy I know was there when they were doing the Osborne Family Lights.
Okay.
There was a Santa Goofy meet and greet. No, Lala, the Main Street Electrical Parade did not come back. Has not come back. It
No.
keeps being rumored by people, but there's nothing in the books for it.
I'm looking up the cavalcade.
Okay. You do that. I'll be back in 10 seconds.
Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I was standing there for 3 seconds waiting for your countdown to get there. I had to grab another drink.
So, I mean, it just said November 11, like this was for last year. November
Mark,
11th.
the only time I run, Mark, is when I'm going to the refrigerator.
So they had made their announcement last year by November 11th, and there's been no announcement of the motorcade for this year.
I wonder if that ties into the fact that they've got Jollywood twice a week.
True. Or like I said, now Santa's a permanent figure in the back now.
Yeah. Mama
I
T,
like
how are
that
you,
cavalcade.
Tracy? Do they do any cavalcades anymore at Hollywood?
No,
Got rid of them
nothing.
all. Darn.
Yep.
That's too bad.
Yeah, nothing. Like it's when Woody and like the Pixar, and I know that they are doing meet and greets. I get it, but it was so fun when they came down
Absolutely.
Hollywood. Like I don't know, I love that, and we don't get any of that anymore.
They used to do right there in front of the Chinese theater. They had like that stage, and they would do like a Star Wars show. And I remember the one year standing back by the Chinese theater and watching, Chewbacca and C-3PO and R2-D2 go right by us. That was so fun. Remember that?
Yeah.
Never mind. She's not listening. When they did the Star Wars show at Hollywood Studios,
Oh,
we would
yeah.
stand there and the characters come
Yeah,
out
I
by
love
us.
that.
Yeah.
And then when we waited for R2D2 to either come out or go back.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that too. Like none of it. None of it.
Yep. And I don't think we'll ever get any of that back, but I still say this as often as I can. I would love it on Rise of the Resistance when you walk into that room with all those stormtroopers that one random one was an actual person and they would actually move.
Yeah.
That would be
I agree.
so cool.
It would be hilarious and funny. But then of course everybody would want that done to them.
JJ, I agree with you. I miss Sorcerer Mickey's hat.
Yeah.
Absolutely
I
miss
wonder
that.
what they did with that. Like, what did they do with that?
It's a great question. I have no idea.
Okay. Well, if there's no other travel talk questions, we'll give you a couple minutes to put any last minute questions out there.
Yep. And while they do that again, no travel talk next week. The following week, we will meet up again on Thursday, the 30th of November, and we'll spend part of that letting Janelle share her thoughts on Jollywood. And then on the 30th, we might also talk a little bit about a trip the following week.
Okay. Yes.
Mark has the Sorcerer Mickey had them in his backyard. Kayla will be on a
Yay!
That's exciting. That's very exciting. Let's see here. So we'll do I'll do some of the housekeeping stuff that we typically do. In case anybody has questions, please post and we'll answer. So no live next week. We'll do our live on the 30th. Sometime that week, 28, 29, 30, we will post our second edition newsletter. I'll start working on that here probably maybe this weekend, Janelle, and we'll start working towards getting that finalized
Okay.
so that I don't disturb your Thanksgiving dinner next week. And Janelle's information is in her Discord. Good night, Lala. Thanks for joining us. She has a link to a quote form for me if you're looking to take a trip to Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise, Alani in Hawaii. Any of those I can help you with. I'm happy to help answer questions as well. So anytime. I'm 1 year and 1 week out. Yes, Tasha.
Love that, Tasha.
So that means you're going to be at Disney Thanksgiving 2024? Is that accurate to say? I know next year Thanksgiving is on the 21st. It's the earliest date that that Thanksgiving can ever be on.
Yeah. I thought you were going to be like, next year, Thanksgiving is on a Thursday.
I'm pretty certain of that. Now, I will say this, and the first part of the statement is 100% true. I was born on Thanksgiving.
Well, okay.
I cannot tell you how many people assume that means my birthday is on Thanksgiving every year.
Okay. No, so that's why I said what I was, talking about was because, kids, like, they don't know. You either have to be taught it or you figure it out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, 4th of July is always on the 4th of July, but, Valentine's, it's always on we were talking about all the holidays that are not on those days. Like Thanksgiving, it's not a date, it's a day, the third Thursday of the month, so we had a whole family lesson talk about all the dates. So, and I mean, and it went on to, just so everybody knows, that next year Easter is in March.
Yeah, it's early next year, which I think you're going to have it'll be interesting to see the impact of spring break down there.
Yeah.
Because this year, for like spring break started about the second week of March and went through like the third week of April, just about. It was really long.
I agree.
This year. Yep.
Yeah. So, stuff like that, like, I get it. Like, not everybody knows when St. Patrick's Day is. I know it's shocking, but
it's the 17th, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And I think it's in March. Is that right? March?
Yeah. So, but so thank you everybody for being here tonight. We appreciate all of your, see, Mark, again, some people could get confused.
Yep. And Mark, your friend probably also would like to know what time the 3 o'clock parade is tomorrow.
Yes.
They've started the noon parade back up, haven't they?
They did.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Yes, they did. And I think it's there. I want to say that we might have like another 2-week period where it does change. But yeah, it is back. And we haven't had it this week because it's been raining. So it's been a rainy day parade.
Yep. It's rained so much the floats are actually floating.
They are, right. Absolutely.
So we're going to have, I mentioned the 30th, part of our live will be Janelle's recap of Jollywood. The next week's live will be on the 7th of December, and we will have a joint review of the first Luminous.
We will. Very exciting.
So Yeah, the next two lives will be fun to do.
Yes. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe this is, hold on, let me look. So,
You have a sense of what you're looking at.
yeah, I'm on the Festival of Fantasy. I just Googled it and it comes up and you can pick the dates. All right, hold on. So the 30th. Okay, so up till November the 30th, there's 2 times. If I go to December 1st, 2 times. December 2nd, I gotta find when it. So December 1st and 2nd, there's 2 dates. Starting December 3rd, it says no times available.
None at all. Interesting.
None at all.
So
And
does
I
that tell
heard
you
somebody
Disney's not
talking about this. What?
does that tell you that Disney not sure if they're going to do it once or twice? Or what did you hear somebody talk about?
Hold on.
Do you envision them not having the parade at all?
No. I don't know what it means. I don't know.
And if I remember right, they don't start doing the Christmas parade during the day until after the last
Right.
Mickey's Very Merry, right? Which I think
Right.
the last party is the 22nd. So does that
That's
mean
for like either 3 or 4 days.
oh, it's only 3 or 4? Do they do that through New Year's Eve?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So 23rd, 24th, 25th, something like that.
Oh, thank you so much, Jessica. So yeah, so it's there the 1st and the 2nd, but starting the 3rd, it says no dates.
What's it say for the 4th?
No times available. There's
Okay.
from there on, there's no times available.
Okay.
So what's
Interesting.
the Christmas one called?
Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time Parade.
So there's no dates for that either.
Okay.
So it just says no times available and not even on the 25th, or it doesn't, yeah.
Okay. That's intriguing as
It
to what they're
is.
going to do.
It is, yeah. So, all right, everyone. Thank you for all of the engagement tonight. Thank you for the gifts, the likes, the follows. I don't think that it means that it's sold out, JJ. I don't know. I don't know what it means.
Yeah, I'm
I'll
not sure
find
what that
out.
means as parade goes. Yeah. Yeah. And I know at times they only update so far out with stuff, but you would think that the parade would be, I mean, that's only 2 weeks,
Yeah.
2.5
Yeah.
weeks, right? I think the 2nd is a Saturday, if I'm 29. Yeah, Saturday. So you're like 2 weeks from this coming Saturday is I love your presentation.
Thank you,
Well played,
Jerry.
Jerry. Very well played.
Yes.
All right, so we've been on 2.5 hours. Let's wrap this baby up.
Okay.
Again, pseudo sponsored by Fuel Rod apparently tonight.
Yep.
Accidentally. We
I'll
love
let you know when I get your check out in the mail.
Okay, yeah, I'll be staying up late waiting for it. We love having everybody here.
Yeah.
On Janelle's Discord, there is a Janelle and Mike Travel Talk page. If you have topics that you want us to cover in future sessions, that's where you can put those. That's how we come up with a lot of what we cover. No travel talk next week because of the holiday. We'll be back the following week to review Jollywood.
Yeah.
As much as we like to joke, and well, one of us likes to joke quite a bit. I won't say which one of us it is, but a very, very heartfelt happy Thanksgiving to everybody next week. I know for me personally, I can say that I'm very thankful for those of you that are part of this with us, those of you that I've gotten to meet and get to know over the last year. And I'm certainly very, very, very thankful for you, Janelle.
Wow, like I'm just thrown off. You caught me off guard with the kindness. I'm joking. I'm joking. Okay. I'm thankful as well. I appreciate you guys, and like I said, for everything that you guys do, whether it is sending in the topics and giving Mike and I something to talk about, even though we could probably talk ourselves and we'd do just fine. We appreciate you guys being here and wanting to listen to us and crack jokes at each other and all of that. And I couldn't do this, and I've made it clear I can't do any of this without Mike. So you saw his paper. I have no paper here. I show up and I push the button. So I'm thankful for this guy who does it all for me, and I appreciate you, Mike.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And for anybody traveling next week, please be safe with your travels.
Yes.
Whether they're far or short, be safe. And take some time to think about all the things that you're thankful for. And you guys see me in Janelle's Discord. Be kind. Smile at people. You'll make a difference in the world.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mike.
Yep. Thank you. Have a great
Right.
night. And
Yep,
enjoy your time with
you.
Megan tomorrow.
Bye, Lori.
Bye. It's always good to hear your voice.
It's good to hear yours too. All
All right. We'll talk to you later.
right. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Thanks.